What is adolescent smoking? Adolescent smoking is the act of smoking cigarettes or other tobacco products during ages 10 to 19.
Epidemiology. In 2023, in the United States, around 2.8 million, or 10%, of middle and high school students report current use of tobacco products, the most popular being e-cigarettes. According to the CDC, American Indian/Alaskan Native students in 2023 reported the highest rate of tobacco and e-cigarette use than any other racial and ethnic group. Black American high school students have the second highest prevalence of smoking products, and Hispanic American students are third in prevalence. Adolescent girls in the United States are more likely to use smoking products than boys. Girls are 11.2% more likely to use smoking products, and boys are 8.9% likely to use smoking products. Mortality rates. An estimated 5.6 million young people under 18 today will die prematurely from smoking-related diseases. Around 3,000 teenagers start smoking each day, and 1/3 of them will die prematurely from a smoking-related disease. Morbidity rates. Adolescents' habitual smoking causes various health problems, including upper respiratory infection, immature lung development, cardiovascular diseases, reduced maximum vital capacity, which is the maximum amount of air that can be exhaled after a person inhales as deeply as possible, and cancers of the respiratory, blood, and digestive systems. Costs of the health issue. The estimated total economic cost of smoking for all adolescent smokers in 2020 was $259 trillion US nationally. In 2024, the United States is expected to spend about $241 billion on healthcare costs related to smoking. More than 60% of these costs are paid for by taxpayers through government programs like Medicare and Medicaid. The lifetime healthcare costs for smokers average about $16,000, even though they have shorter lifespans. The FDA estimates that preventing kids from becoming established smokers could save the country more than $53 billion. Negative health effects. Quality of life is a concept that measures a person's overall well-being, including their physical, mental, social, and emotional health. Adolescents who smoke experience a lower quality of life than those who don't smoke. The relationship between smoking and quality of life is dose-dependent, meaning that the more a person smokes, the lower their quality of life is. Smoking can affect the quality of life for adolescents in many ways, including, number one, physical health. Adolescents who smoke have a higher risk of developing non-communicable diseases such as cancer, cardiovascular diseases, and respiratory diseases. Sleep disturbances such as having less total sleep time due to being less likely to stay asleep or taking longer to fall asleep, and increased feelings of clinical fatigue. Number two, mental and emotional health. Adolescents who smoke are more likely to experience depression, anxiety, and stress because the addictive substances such as nicotine in cigarettes or endocannabinoids in cannabis affects neurotransmitters in the brain, which causes temporary increases in mood, which leads to dependence and even addiction. Withdrawal after periods of not smoking can disrupt the brain's chemistry, which contributes to mental health problems such as anxiety and depression. Number three, social functioning. Significant changes in behavior will occur in adolescents because their brains are still developing. The effects of nicotine can disrupt cognitive function, influence mood, and increase impulsivity, which leads to risky behavior. Having friends that smoke at the adolescent age will cause an adolescent who has never smoked to start smoking. Peer pressure also causes adolescents who don't normally smoke to begin. And during this age period, adolescents are easily influenced by their peers and will do things that they see their peers doing as a way to fit in and not feel left out or judged for not participating. Number four, decrease in life expectancy. Adolescents who begin smoking before the age of 15 are 3 times more likely to die prematurely from heart disease and strokes. Adolescents who begin smoking before age 10 have the highest risk for premature death. Short-term health effects of smoking include an increase in severity in respiratory illnesses, bad breath, irritation of the throat and airways, decreased physical performance, and an increase in heart rate and blood pressure. Long-term health effects of smoking include brain development, lung development, cancer, and issues with learning, memory, attention, behavior problems, and future addiction.
Prevention. What can be done to prevent adolescent smoking? In order to prevent adolescent smoking, it is important that prevention starts with parents. A good example when it comes to approaching situations where drugs are present must be given in order for adolescents to understand the risks. With that being said, adolescent use of tobacco can be prevented by having a strong family foundation, school and community support, and also the teaching of strong self-value. Primary methods of prevention. Primary methods of prevention may sometimes include policy-level measures such as laws that regulate who can buy tobacco and or other smoking products. Another common form of primary prevention seems to be family-based programs where effective family-based interventions take place and tackle the issue of adolescent smoking. A typical method of secondary prevention when it comes to adolescent smoking is medical and psychological support. There are many therapeutic programs established specifically to accommodate and aid adolescents who smoke. Treatment. Once developed, adolescent smoking can be treated in a few different ways. The most common treatment for adolescent smoking is counseling alongside cognitive behavioral therapy. Counseling prevents adolescent smoking by communicating the adolescent's belief and knowledge of smoking. The information given helps adolescents understand the negative consequences of smoking and ultimately develop coping mechanisms like resistance to fight social norms and peer pressure around the use of drugs. Cognitive behavioral therapy is the use of psychotherapy to help people manage mental health by identifying negative thinking patterns. When it comes to adolescent smoking, cognitive behavioral therapy and counseling go hand in hand, though CBT is a more structured approach with a higher success rate overall.